South Africa yonke enye into ulatho yamakhane njengoba choma kanje ngayo yonke lento lezachoma ngazo kumanje uphumile police station going to lie about me because of we had drinks lapha endlini almost every day like besinotshwala we could drink and then so yena nomngane wakhe uLisa ulatho yamakhane that day we were drunk and then they made a trap on me bangishuta ngidakiwe obvious ngathi nayo lana kulazo uthi kimi ufuna ungenzela ukudla ngathi hayi ngisasuka manje ngizodla mangibuya kanti yashuthi mi ayibekela ukuthi today azokhuluma ngami mina ubaba uNyamboza umthethwa ulathwa yamakhene ukuthi mina bengidla ama drugs ngalolu langa lelo she was trying to protect herself akhohle ukuthi yena bamxoshile lapha kwamakhene ulathwa yamakhene wazohlala nami anganani sakana sent ampunga ngana umuntu omrecognizeayo ngamthatha ngamphimpa ngakhipha ama1000 wami wahlala nami endumbeni yami ulathwa yamakhene sazi saba nengane mina nayo ulathwa yamakhene today uhambile she's throwing out a fake video out there lying about me mina uMasondo uNyamboza umthetho ubaba engana ulathwa yamakhene she's trying to make your mind to go up and down like I don't know like what on you people. So there's a video namanje upukwenza amanye ama protection order ithe mangimiyeka ngalelanga leliana sekonke wayenza ama protection order ukuthi ngingayi ku social media ngaye ukuthi akwazi kuphinga kahle ubufebeke kuphinga manje namanje ubona ukuthi manje nyamlandela nyangikuphuya ngikupunula bengithi mina nyam protect ma ukhipha abanyamanga ngami sasangikhuluma manje uphuma nase police station asazi wenzeni uripripile urenzeni utshwala into yakho bribe abantu ukhipha imali ulathwa amakhene mana manje enye video ya trend manje uphuma yo bribe or wenzeni amanga amampunga phezulu ubufebe bakhe ulathwa amakhene ngimkukile ngimbike ejardini ngimdlisa ngimgcokisa ngimenzela yonke into today nginja kuye yile nto lezazikhulumayo atshela nina South Africa ulathwa yamakhene khuzani South Africa abantu abafana nalabo bamoshisizwe khuzani ulathwa yamakhene mkhuzeni nyabonga.
Oh sana Lathoya my babe yekumjolo mami tlogela. Now I don't understand why everyone in Lathoya's life is warning her about Lebu. I guess the episodes or the season of Lathoya the Makenes was shot when she was just out of her marriage with Lebu, because we are seeing her sitting with Umanaka Ranaka, and again they are still discussing Lebu. I'm like, why her friends are not warning her about Ubaba? I feel like Ubaba is definitely I'm sorry for laughing, but I feel like Ubaba is definitely worse than Ulebu, and for some reasons her friends, her family keeps on talking about Ulebu. Like, why anyone is not telling this woman to tlogela umjolo? Like, yeka Lathoya babe, maybe umjolo is not for you at this point, okay? Because there is no way that both your previous partners are calling you a liar. We saw Lebu came out, called you a liar, a manipulator, this, that, and the other thing. Ubaba again, he is back saying the same thing. If you don't know, he also went to a podcast to engineer your life. He talked about how Lathoya is a liar, a manipulator, and said so many things there about Lathoya. And also the allegations that they were using drugs. Honestly, guys, you know, after seeing the Makene family, one of Lathoya's sister is a drug addict in Nyaupe at this point, it's honestly squashed my heart. Like, it hurts me to the deepest to know Uguti Abo Lathoya, they are still in it, you know, and probably they are still using. Like, it hurts me, okay? And this family is so dramatic, okay? Last week, we also watched a whole sigaka that one of the sisters cheated with the other sister's husband, and not only with the ones cheating, the drug addict cheated with Pauline's husband, and not only the ones cheating, she actually conceived a whole child, a baby, by her sister's husband. And even now, my jaw still on the floor, child, because I'm just like, what? What do you even mean? Like, what do you even mean? Like, where this family movie film. And honestly, I am so sorry. When Lebu came out last year with such big huge allegations, I thought, shame, she's hurting. It's one of those things when Umcholo didn't go your way and you are still in pain. But at this point, I'm sorry, I have to look at Ulathoya differently and just start to ask myself, baby girl, aren't you the common denominator here? Aren't you the common denominator? Probably what people are saying about you is true. At this point, I am so sorry. I would just go ahead and believe whatever that people are saying about you, especially your exes at this point. And yeah, I mean, Umkhulu has said a lot of things. Latoya is keeping his son away from him. They've been like going to police or to courts in and out. Mkhulu is trying to fight for custody. Latoya was out and down. Latoya was staying in a back room. And I mean, I think I heard rumors like that. Anyway, guys, everyone, we all humans. Everyone will be out, at some point. And I think we cannot laugh at a person just because they are down, And I'm grateful. I'm happy for Latoya, rather, that he's getting back up. She's trying her life right now. She's fighting so hard to just get back up and be the Latoya that we know. However, that she is a manipulator, 100% believe. 100% believe. Latoya, you are what Mkhulu calls you. Soze sana, soze.
Thokozani bokhokona umkhulu makhomba manomhlaba. Lim umahlala entabeni. Ubaba engane kaLathoya Magene uvusa amazulu. Ngilibele nyamlandelela nje babaleka. Ngiphume emacourt nawo amaphepha. Latoya, yekubaleka. I want to save you. Ngoba sona amakhongo. The court wants you ukuthi sile ngengane. Asana indaba eziningi kumele sizenze. Lento ukuthi ubaleka ayisizi and futhi ngikwenzele ne protection order. Ukuthi uphizwe nobaleka ngengane yami. And then uLathoya uhambilwa ku social media ngegama lami ngimyeka namhlanje kusasa uye court uyongenzela protection order ukuthi ngingakhulumi ngaye e social media. uLathoya Magene beka ngivala ukuthi ngingakhiphi izindaba noma izinto bekazenza lapha endlini nalezi bengiyibona. uLathoya Magene yonke lento la yenza ukuthi abaleke ngane yami, stop it, iyeke. Ngifuna ingane yami, ngifuna ukuyibona. Nawo amaphepha, amaphoyisa akufuna, court akufuna, magistrate akufuna, ne protection order ikhona phezu kwakho. Latoya, ubaba wengane udinga ingane yakhe, mphakathi ngicela nikhulume noLathoya nalaba niphuzana nidawana. Nimtsheleni ukuthi ubaba ufuna ingane. Nazi izinto akudlalwa la. Latoya, yeka lento lo yenzayo. Nalezo zenzi nalezo jwayele ukuzenza ngikhathele. Ngifuna ingane yami ngikhumbulile nalento ukuthi ngistop ukuthi ngikhulume ku social media ukuthi wena uyokhuluma into lezo zikhulumayo ngami to protect your shit le uyenza. Latoya, I want my child. I want to see my child. I don't care about you. Ungahamba nalawo hamba nabo, hamba juba bayucutha phambili. Hayi ingane ngamthethwa wanyamboza. Ngifuna ingane yami na amaphepha. Maphoyisa akufuni, icourt akufuni. Latoya, lethi ingane yami. Latoya, mele ngithole. Thank you, South Africa.
Sana, the streets are calling Latoya's baby daddy Ipara. Listen, not the baby daddy going online to expose uLatoya. Now, this all started after Latoya and her family landed a reality TV show. Just last week, we were watching Latoya's daughter actually holding Latoya accountable for introducing men in their life, saying that Latoya actually wants them to acknowledge this man as a father figure, saying that she never really heals before she gets into a new relationship. She said it herself that all her 4 children are living or staying with their dads. Currently, right now, she is currently unable to take care of her kids ever since her job at Generations ended. But I don't understand why she's having more kids. She already have 4 kids. why did she have one more while she know that she is failing to take care of the 4 kids, and currently she doesn't even have a stable job. Latoya was just trending just last year when she and Lebo broke up. When I tell you that Lebo went to all the podcasts in Mzansi just to expose Latoya, she went to all the podcasts in Mzansi. Soon after that, Latoya was also trending for being a fake Gobela. Now she is trending for having a Nyawope baby daddy. Some are even saying she is staying in the squatter camps and asking for 100 rands on strangers. This is very sad, especially when her grandmother talked to her and said, "Oh, Latoya, I don't understand, what are you doing with that man? Because you can get yourself a rich man." I'm like, grandma, please be realistic. Latoya is 40 and have 4 children. Which rich man will marry a 40-year-old with 4 children? I'm sure that rich men are currently looking for 20-year-olds who don't have children. So yeah, but I'm really sad that Latoya added another baby. Like, I'm sad for her, especially now that the baby daddy is out on the streets acting like a para. Oh, Sana, when I tell you that the McKinnones have more drama than the Ranakas, because we get to see and meet one of their sisters who is a drug addict. Sana, when they say fear drugs, because wow, Latoya's sister look horrible. Like, look horrible. Sana, Latoya and her family are on our TV screens and they go by the McKennies. Do you remember all that drama that surrounded Latoya when she broke up with her wife, who was Lebo? Sana, Latoya has moved on quickly, off to the next stop. And not only has she moved on, she now have a new baby. I don't know if I should charge Latoya or what. Latoya's life has been so dramatic. Firstly, she appeared on fake Gobela, where it was said that she scammed someone, okay? Secondly, she was going through a very rough divorce where we were like, okay, what is happening in marriages? You know, even same gender marriages are tough. Then what is easy? Well, Latoya has quickly moved on with a new man. Not only that, she have a whole baby and she's 41. Like, Latoya, such poor decision making at 41. It's totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. Well, she does say that ever since she lost her job in Generations, things have not been looking up for her, and she also has to let go of her children. Her children are now staying with her 2 baby daddies because financially she was just not coping, you know, and she does say that it's only now that she is trying to be back up at her feet, and even now things are just not coming together. We will also see a conversation between Latoya and her daughter. Her daughter, it seems like she will just be holding her mom accountable, saying, "Baby girl, you have not really played much of a mother figure in our life. You have been pretty much absent and you have been forcing your partners onto us, you know." And really, I do want to hear the daughter's perspective when it comes to Latoya's relationship, especially the recent one, the one that we know, which was with Lebo. And it seems like the daughter is like, "No, ma, like, I've had it with you, and currently I don't even want to meet your boyfriend." Sana, I can't imagine having an 18-year-old or a 16-year-old and I still have a boyfriend. Like, having a whole teenage child. It could be a boy, it could be a girl, but a 16, 18-year-old and I still have a boyfriend. Sana, for me, that's just so embarrassing. At what point do you have to give up on Umjolo and be like, you know what? I'm now a mom. Umjolo did not work for me. Marriage did not work for me. Let me just focus on my children, you know? And just do the best that I can. Honestly, Sana, I just cannot imagine having an 18-year-old and still having a boyfriend. For me, that's just so embarrassing. How do I come home to an 18-year-old and say, "Hi, baby, meet my boyfriend"? Sana, I can't. Anyway, guys, there is lots of drama around this family. It seems like one of Latoya's sister is a drug addict. Most people were just like, Sana, we just really did not need to see Latoya's family. We wanted the Ranagas. When last have I watched the Ranagas? Like, I'm not even sure if I wanted to see the Ranagas myself. But yeah, one of Latoya's sister is a drug dealer, and they are dealing with also family problems. It seems like they have an uncle that they are not in talking terms with, and it seems like they're living in a family house. So yeah, even if they're not in good terms with one of their uncles, they cannot really chase him out of the house because this is a family house. It belongs to no one but to all of them, So yeah, guys, I don't know what you all think about the McKennas, but I think we're just gonna be watching their journey, honestly, and find out what do we think? What do we think of the McKennas? Are they worth watching? So far, I'm just giving them, I'm giving them, I don't want to rule them out. I don't want to be too hard on them. Let me just give them a chance. And then if they are boring, then I'm going to be like, McKenna, like, you guys are so boring. But so far, I'm just going to be like, you know what? Let me give them a chance. Let me give them a small chance. Oh, Sana, that's a lot of money to me. That's such a waste of money. And even till today, I still question myself if all Xhosa moms or Xhosa families out there can afford 500k to spend on one event. Sana, I've any rich shame. I ni rich because you may find that there is a teacher. There is a mom who is a teacher by profession. And let's probably say this mom happens to be a single mom. She's a single mom. She's a teacher by profession. She's living like a standard life. She's not poor. She's not rich. She's in a middle class. She has 3 boys, right? As a single mom of 3 boys who are working as a teacher, you are expected to have 1.5 million for your boys. Sana, where are you going to get that money? Where are you going to get that money? Like, this whole thing of Xhosas is just so unnecessary. This is according to me, because I know you all going to say, oh, this is Xhosa customs. We have to throw our boys expensive parties. But life is not a one-way street, It's not one-way streets. Like, life is different. Some people are being raised by their grandparents. Some people are being raised by single mothers. Some people are being raised by single fathers. Some people have both parents whom are not really working good jobs, Whom, as much as you have both parents, but you are still classified as underprivileged, or, you get what I mean. So, this whole expensive party for just one son, to me, is absolutely unnecessary, because I know how children are. As soon as children start talking in school, like, oh, my parents are gonna throw me this party, the other boys are gonna want that as well from their parents, and sadly their parents cannot afford that. So does it mean not even this thing of now it has to go with how much you have in your pocket? Like, legit, if you are from a disadvantaged family, you cannot go to the initiation school, because who's gonna throw you such an expensive mugiti as someone who's from a disadvantaged family? Sana, it is a lot, and I just cannot. Personally, I'm failing to digest this whole thing. Absolutely failing, because I'm like, wow, I am bombaloscad. I don't even know how to put it, but yeah, this is a lot, honestly. I can't. Another episode of Umgidi and Moms. Sana, today's episode was very much beautiful, well planned. But I did say that one thing that concerned me about this Megidis, they are more about their mother than they are about the actual son. But anyway, today we meet the two sons. One is 18 and one is 27. A whole 27-year-old